Good evening. I'd like to call to order the September 17th New London Board of Selectmen meeting tonight, and we are going to start off with Putnam with an update on the swing set.
Good evening. Putnam Kidder Recreation Director wanted to give you an update as where we are at with the Elkins Swing Set project since we were here last on August 6th. So since then, I've worked with the playground company. We're choosing to use UtiliPlay to gather all the needed details to complete our portion of the NHDES Shoreland Permit by Notification in regards to the installation of the new swings. Based on DES recommendations and as a cost-saving measure, we have combined with the Department of Public Works to submit one PBN, a permit by notification, that covers the removal of the old play structure by the Department of Public Works, installation of the new structure, which is going to be two swings with a small kiddie swing off the side by UtiliPlay, along with the necessary safety and ADA upgrades by UtiliPlay, as well as a DPW stormwater management project, all happening at Elkins Beach. Once approved, the swings will be ordered, and the goal is for the project to be completed by late October, early November. Updates will be shared with the Selectmen as this timeline becomes more concrete. Looking forward, next steps in the project include a landscape engineering plan and eventual replacement of the two older playground equipment pieces at Elkins Beach. Funds will come from the Rec Department capital reserves combined with the Rec Department fundraising through future events and a really great free online fundraising tool that is part of UtiliPlay's services they provide. Updates will be given on this process, this aspect of the project as we move forward.
Awesome. It's all good? It is all good. Thank you very much. That's great. Do either of you have any questions? No. Nope? Okay. And anybody in the audience have any questions for Putnam? Okay.
What was the date that you think it will be installed?
End of October?
Yeah, we're shooting for the end of October, early November, projected. So as that becomes more concrete, I will keep people updated about that.
Okay. All right, next we've got Lynn to talk to us about an upgrade to the firewall for the police department.
That is correct. Essentially, the state has changed their firewall, so our firewall won't talk to their firewall or however that works. Technically, I don't know, but unless we upgrade our side, we will not be able to do. And let me look at the memo from the chief. We risk losing connectivity to the state, which would include all the criminal justice information, so we don't want to lose that. And so they have gotten a quote from VC3. It's $11,650 to upgrade that, and we're looking to take that from the computer maintenance and repair capital reserve. So that, and we've signed the quote with them because it's something that absolutely has to be done. We're just hoping the money can come from that capital reserve. And I know we're spending that down pretty quickly, so we'll have to talk about that during budget season to kind of bulk it up.
I'm sorry, Lynn, which capital reserve did you say?
The computer.
Okay.
Yep.
What will be the balance left?
After this, because remember I asked for two things from that too, computer and our server upgrade. So the balance after this withdrawal will be $35,000 and change.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody have any more? Rich, you good? Okay. All right. Public comments. Does anybody have any comments? Or do we have to
vote on that, I think?
I'm sorry. Can I
Yes.
have a motion to approve spending $11,653? Was that it?
$11,650.90.
$6.50 May I have a motion?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, public comment. Does anybody have, okay, anything not on the agenda?
Quick question. A couple months ago, it was announced that we had somebody to head up the strategic planning work for the town. Can you give us an update on where we are?
Yeah, I'm meeting with her
Apologies, Mike. I am meeting with her, I am losing track of weeks here. This is the week of the 15th, not next week, the week after. She is away this week, so the first week of October, I am meeting with her, and I'll have an update hopefully after that. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? John?
I have a couple of questions. Over the last year and a half or 2 years, the security of the police officers has been brought up at some of the meetings. And some of the concerns that the patrolman had mentioned was their security at night. And a couple of the comments were made by them that the cameras in the back here were not as high resolution, and possibly putting in a 4-foot fence, although it wouldn't stop track runner, but it might slow somebody down. And then also bulletproof glass that we discussed 2 years ago. I was wondering, what's the status of that to protect our officers during this unfortunate current environment?
Yeah, it's a great question. We have not talked specifically about the fence as we were navigating whether or not we potentially might leave this building or not. However, what we have discussed is upgrading the cameras and replacing the ones that were here. That's part of a project that we are looking at to harden, not only make upgrades here, but also harden the Academy building as well. For that to happen, though, we are out of space in the Academy building, so we will be going through a space planning exercise. We've hired 3 new part-time employees that we don't have space for currently. So once we get through that project, then we will begin the project of hardening both the Academy building and upgrading the cameras here. But we have had vendors come out and already look at what needs to be done here for the cameras and hardening of the Academy building. And so they're working on a quote for us, but they were here in August. I'm not sure. As soon as we have it, we can report out. Yeah, we did do, the same vendor looked specifically down at the Academy building, the bulletproof plexiglass within the town clerk and where Casey sits on the other side. I believe that they were up here first, looking here to do the same thing. I don't think it wouldn't be the outer windows, but the inside. So when we get the quote, to my understanding, not at this time, because we were envisioning leaving the building or anticipating the potential of leaving, but I'm happy to confirm that and get back to you. I unfortunately was out at that time, so. We will let you know.
And then also at these meetings, is there any reason we can't Zoom into these meetings? Or could we develop an access just to Zoom in and listen? I understand for someone to read questions, you don't have that capability, and then present to the selectmen, people to listen to it.
While it's live? You mean while it's live? So that someone could listen in while it's live?
Yes.
Well, this system that we have here doesn't have that capability. And we do post them pretty quickly so that anybody could listen to the recording. I get it. It's to allow somebody to participate at the same time that it's being.
Right.
The system doesn't allow for
Is there any reason we
it.
couldn't do that?
So the system doesn't allow for it now, but right before you all came, we were talking about the need for different technology here.
Yeah.
The system here is really, really cumbersome, and only a few people know how to use it. And this is the only building that has this capability. Sid Crook doesn't have it, library doesn't have it.
Yeah.
And I brought it up with the budget committee on Monday night as well. I think you were there. Just the need for new and different technology, more up to date.
So, okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right, old business, Public Works update. So we have a letter here from Adam and Sam giving a quick update. I won't read through the whole letter. The letter will be posted on the website along with our meeting minutes and agenda. And basically, they are saying that they met with Trumbull Nelson Construction, who is the company that built the lower garage at the DPW site. They met with him to talk about the adding of the 5 garage doors, which is what Sam and Adam presented to us at our last meeting. Looks like they were receptive to the concept. They're gonna, Sam has to get a structural engineer to come in and do some work first, and then they're gonna get back to Sam and Adam with the estimates, and then we will have those estimates to talk about if soon, hopefully. Okay. And then a sidewalk update, which is great news. I will read this because it's quick. This is from Sam. We've completed Phase 1 of the sidewalk project, which ran from 711 Main Street to the Clevelands. Which ran from the Cleveland property down to Chargers Road at the Hogan entrance. That section went smoothly, came in on time, and finished under budget. So it's allowed them to move on to Phase 2 of the project, which wasn't supposed to be done until next year. And I've already seen it. They've already dug up all the sidewalk all the way down to the Baptist church here. And then they'll be bringing in the asphalt for that one as well. Looking at the numbers so far, the project is tracking about $10,000 under the original estimate. Because of both cost savings and the pace we're seeing, what was originally planned as a 5 to 6 year project may realistically be finished in 3 to 4. That would mean less cost overall for the full build-out. Big takeaway is that the project is moving faster and more cost-effectively than expected, and the community will see the benefits of safer ADA-compliant sidewalks sooner than planned. So that's great news. Okay, and we're going to move on to new business, and that is the appointment of Kathy Weber to the Housing Commission, which is great news. Go ahead, Peter.
You want to go up to the podium?
Good evening, Peter Nichols, the resident and chairman of the Housing Commission this year. I'm pleased to introduce to you, if you don't already know, Kathy Weber. She's a strong resident in our community, a caring person, has been active in her community in New Jersey for many years, moved here, retired, and has energy, and I'm very pleased that she's committed to joining the Housing Commission. I'll let her go over her background more if she'd like, but I'm very pleased, so I would urge approval. Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. You want to introduce yourself?
Do I have to push a button?
Just make sure the light is green.
I think it's on.
Okay. Good evening. I'm Kathy Weber, and I'm a New London resident full-time now for 3 years. 4 years we've had a home here, and I'm looking forward to being able to assist in this endeavor. I have worked with what was the Affordable Housing Initiatives in New Jersey in my capacity as deputy mayor. So I have some experience with the challenges that are provided. Clearly, there's no simple solution, or everybody would have already thought of it. But if we can, move the ball forward some and see what we can do to make our community accessible to all the residents that we need to help us function, that would be fabulous. So I'm open to any questions or.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Kathy. So may I have a motion to appoint Kathy Weber as a new member of the Housing Commission?
So moved.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you. Thanks, Kathy.
Thanks, Kathy.
Okay. Town Administrator report.
Yes, 2 things to note. One is Styrofoam Collection Days coming up. It will be September 29th, and the location has changed. Historically, it has taken place down at the Department of Public Works building on South Pleasant Street. It will be at the transfer station this year. And then just to note that Haunted Happenings, our Halloween event, is slated for Sunday, October 26th from 4 to 6 p.m. We've started to get quite a few phone calls at the town offices. People are pretty excited. So that will be the 26th of October. And the Pumpkin People contest is happening again, and more on that can be found on the recreation page on our website. I think one other thing to note, I know there have been several questions around when this meeting is going to be taking place on a consistent basis. we are in process of talking through whether it will be Wednesday, Thursdays, or some other night, and we'll make sure that we update that appropriately on the website. There have just been some scheduling issues, but we will get to a standard night and let everybody know.
I'm sorry, Ashley, what date did you say it is for the styrofoam?
September 29th.
It's a Monday?
I believe so. September 29th. That is what we have.
That's because the transfer station isn't
Oh, it's
normally open
closed.
on Mondays.
So they can do it at the
So they
transfer
can do
station.
it. So it's only
That makes sense.
styrofoam that day,
I see.
instead of taking rubbish.
That makes
as well.
sense.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
That was why. Makes sense.
Yep.
There we go.
Does make sense. All right, is that all you got, Ashley? That's all I've got. All right, any committee meetings and reports?
The planning board met on September 9th, and we merged a lot for the Montessori school that's going to be built there between the bank and the New London Inn. We merged the front part, the grassy part, with the parking lot behind that goes all the way to Gould Road. And they should be breaking ground soon. The other thing is we approved a change of signage at the New London Hospital for express care. There's no change of the location at the site, but they needed a different, they wanted a different sign, so we approved that. We also reviewed the capital improvement plan for the library and the fire department. And Sam showed us a diagram for Public Works of reworking the apparatus so they all fit in that, the other highway building. And as BB mentioned earlier about the doors, the only thing they need to add will be doors, but they can get all of our apparatus inside once they do that. They brought a diagram and showed what it looked like. And they took everything out, put the cars and, you know, the loaders and everything back in, and the whole highway department personnel helped do that. So they will still need another building there because they need a place for offices and meetings and that sort of thing. So that was that. With regard to the library, Richard mentioned what things needed to be done for the capital improvement plan, and I think you can read that online. And the other meeting I had was on September 11th with regard to the Lakes Advisory Committee meeting in Concord. The main topic was cyanobacteria, and the staff noted that there were multiple samples sent into the state, but they have a hiring freeze at DES, so they're not doing as many testings as they want to do. And they've also cut staff. The state has cut staff, so testing has taken longer. And unless blooms are reported, they probably won't be. They probably won't be getting back to people right away. It was also noted that there's a new publication which will be available online for water management titled Aspirations to Action, and it's located on the DES website. And it really covers a lot of ground. It was well researched and informative, so they're not printing it because of the cost, but anyone can go on the DES website and look at this booklet. It really is quite well done. And that's it.
In regards to the Municipal Budget Committee for the town, we had our most recent meeting on Monday evening. The primary focus right now of the Municipal Budget Committee for the town is setting up meetings with department heads. The plan is to have 2 members of the MBC meet with each of the different departments, and they've put together a list of approximately 20 rather extensive questions to cover with the person who heads up each department. And then the goal will be to kind of report back to the Municipal Budget Committee as to kind of what they found in terms of both the recent trajectory of the budget and what some of the challenges are in that particular department, et cetera. And the hope that they have is that by doing this, by having sort of a more robust meeting schedule with the department heads, they can have better information to provide back to the rest of the members of the MBC, and also to work in conjunction with the select board then on the new budget.
There was a fire wards meeting on September 16th. sorry. Forgot about that one. It was noted that their volunteers are not signing up for being on call. And they have weekends where no one's signed up. And Jay noticed, Chief Lyon noted that it costs $4,300 per firefighter to get the gear. And so he said at some point the town needs to decide what they want for coverage. Because if the volunteers aren't signing up, do we need more full-time firefighters? They interviewed a couple of potential firefighters to replace people who have left, but they discovered, even though they are currently serving in other towns, they weren't qualified to do some of the things that are required of firefighters. And I won't go into the basics that they wouldn't do.
But right now, do they have all of their full-time positions full?
No, they do not.
No, they've got, is it one open? Okay.
Yeah.
And do they have the list? They were starting to, do they have a list?
They went through the list. They had 6 people originally on the list, and I don't think there's anyone left. I think they're going to have to republish that list because one person they thought was all set to be hired, and with time off and benefits, he decided he did not want to leave the town he's with currently.
Okay.
So that's it.
I didn't attend, but there was a bike pedestrian committee meeting last week, and they are working on a walkable New London initiative, which is kind of, it's a good idea.
Do we know when the annual Chad Denning Walk or Bike to School Day will be? Did they talk about that? Oh, Putnam.
I talked to the vice principal who I work with at the
Yeah.
Elementary school, and we try to do that kind of the second week in October.
Okay.
It's usually a Thursday
Great.
or a Friday. We have Thursday to do it and then a Friday for a rain date. So
Great.
Yep, the wheels are in motion to
Awesome.
do that again. And
Thank you.
we definitely will be talking with the Bike Pedestrian Advisory Committee and
Great.
about that.
Thank you.
Oh, good, okay. Anyway, they're moving forward their plans for that initiative, and I think that's all I've got at the moment. Okay. Meeting minutes, I don't know about you, Rich, but neither Janet or I looked at the September 4th meeting minutes, so we'll put that off to the next meeting.
Well, you can consider that unanimous.
Okay, all right. Upcoming meetings, we're asking people to refer to the website, and we're going to nail down our remaining calendar for Selectmen's
Yes.
meetings, because we've
Yes.
had some, now that budget season is starting, we're having some conflicts. Okay, so we'll get to that. I don't think we have any other business at the moment. We've got pay vouchers to sign, and we're making a motion to go into non-public.
Correct.
For the reason of,
We are going into non-public for...
okay, for RSA 91-A3, employees, and 2A, 2B, and 2D. Employees, hiring of a person or a public employees, promotion, compensation of a public employee, and consideration of the acquisition, sale, or lease of real or personal property. So, may I have a motion to go into non-public for those reasons?
So moved.
All in favor? Aye.
Yes.
Casey, yes. Okay, awesome.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Enter non-public session at 5:55.